Well, hello folks, how are you today? What are we doing today? Well, we're going to do a little repair on a couple of things, just little repairs, and then we're going to have a little look beforehand of what I picked up last weekend at Stradset Rally. I had a little buy-up on a couple of the stalls and got some what I think are interesting little trinket bits. So, let's have a look. Come with me there on the bench. You can probably see them. So guys, this is what we picked up from Stradset Rally last week. Can't remember whether I showed you this. I did buy a Fergie fan belt a couple of rallies ago. Can't remember whether I showed you, but we do have a new fan belt. But last weekend, I did buy an exhaust flapper. There you go. So we now have an exhaust flapper to go on the Fergus to keep the rain out. There we are. I know they're not meant to have them, but I thought, do you know, of course she's living outside temporarily, she could do with a flapper. There we are. Right, what else did we get? Well, a selection of steel rod. Here we go. Lots and lots of it. Different sizes, different bores. And if you think this is all I bought, think again. That's one little handful out of a box, which I kid you not, is 40 kilos. There you go. Offcuts. Probably 300 or 400 bits of this. All this length. What these are is these are offcuts from an engineering company who use CNC and computerized machines, and there are bits that they can't feed into their machines because, well, basically that's the feed of it. So yeah, they can't work with bits any shorter than this. But if you wipe it, it's all oiled, kept oiled, beautiful. That feels like a bit of alloy actually. There you go, that was alloy, that bit. Here's steel. Look how nice that steel is. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I can't believe I got a bit of alloy there. Beautiful steel there. So, plenty of bits for the lathe. I just couldn't be bothered to lift the whole box full of it. I got a big, heavy plastic box with about 40 kilos of it. So this stuff, that's just if I need a light piece of tube. That go in the metal tin. What else did I get? A pair of flanges for a Lister CS. So yes, our CS outside, which is missing an exhaust flange. I've got a pair. There we go. This thing. This was nice. The guy had 4 of these on a stall. Old antique fire extinguishers. And my mate Keith bought one. And he come lugging back to his van. And I said, oh, that's nice, Keith. Where'd you get it? He said, a stall down there. He's got 4 of them. One of them would make a nice coolant tank for your little Stuart Sandhurst. And that got me thinking, do you know, that would be a nice coolant tank on that little Stuart engine of mine if I didn't want to use that sort of tank what someone's put on it on legs. It's an option. If not, you know, it's here. I can always move it on again. But I thought this was a lovely little fire extinguisher. And I've tapped the top off. You can unthread this top right out. And I have swilled it out with some cans of water because it was actually full. This door is blowing. Let me just go and stop that door blowing. Well, there you go. The door is not blowing. So, what else did I get? I had a look round the stall and see one of these lovely gauges. The beady-eyed amongst you might recognise it because I actually had this in the top of the hopper of the Amanco at the weekend. And yeah, it works a champ. The engine, once it was hot, she was sitting at about 90-95 degrees. Went down when I put cold water in. But I really did like this gauge with the big brass wire. You know, and I went on the stall and he had 2, and I bought one I actually bought this on the Thursday night, and then the Friday morning I went back and I bought the other one. So I got 2 of these. This one's got a different temperature range. Like this one goes from 50 to 200, and this one goes from 50 to 100. So yes, this one will measure a lot hotter. But I thought, interesting little gauges. So that's basically what I got the weekend. But what are we going to do today? I might nip outside, put my flapper on the Fergie. That don't seem to return. Is this nut here? See, that should fall back down again. And it isn't. Is this nut too tight? This is what you get when you buy something new. You don't never expect that you got to fiddle around with it. Things should just work. Well, there you go. Let's undo that a little. Still isn't fallen down, look. What is going on, guys? You have to excuse it, we've got a lot of wind today. A lot of wind. There you go. We have it. Let's put a little bit of jalop in that joint. Oh, there you go. She needed a little bit of lubrication, look. She was just dry, guys. There you go. She wanted a little drop of oil and she was away. So I think we will pop that on the Fergie. I've been told reliably that the 1.75 inch is the right size. But there we are. We'll see. I'll try it on there. Marvellous. Right. But what's the other job? Talking of the little Stuart Sandhurst, here is the fuel tank off the little Sandhurst. And I believe we need to have a look at the petrol tap. So I can't see this tap holding any petrol. So let me unscrew this out of the tank. My word. And I think we need to disassemble. Of course, that's... Why is that? Why is that gone tight now? What's going on here? Let me do the blow test. Now I can still blow through that. So I think we do need to strip this little tap down. And see if it does anything. Right, there we go. Oh, I also bought a very exciting, and you're going to be really impressed, I bought a 20mm spanner as well. I know. Am I going to bother showing you guys my new 20mm spanner? Probably not. But I bought one because there was a stall there. And I thought, do you know, my spanner set go from 8mm right up to 32. And I thought, do you know, the only size amongst that I haven't got is a 20. I did not have a 20mm, and I see one on a stall and thought, if I get that, I'll have the full set. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to have a look at this and probably soak this in some fuel. But I need to disassemble it all first. There we go. We can disassemble these taps. They all come apart, guys. There we are. Right, there's a little rubber in there, look. See that? And another little rubber in here. There you go. That little rubber is split. Now, whether I can do anything like that, because that's going to let fuel past, isn't it? Can I replace them with little fibre washers. Do you know, I have never tried and whether a little fibre washer would work to repair these taps. Do you know, I really don't know if a fibre washer will fit in there to repair them. That's a little bit big, that's a little bit small. That's a little bit too big. Right, so we've got some washers that are too small, some that are too big. Yeah, they're a bit too big. Let me have a ferret. And see if I can find fibre washers that actually go in a little bit better. Ah, there's one there, look. So I've got a lot of them little fibre washers there. Now whether we can compensate and put this together with fibre washers, let's put 2 in this side as well. Do you know, that might just work. I really couldn't tell you if this is going to work or not. I really couldn't. Because I guess the more we nip this, the more that's going to tighten up. I couldn't tell you. We might have found a hack here where you can use fibre washers. So we nip that side up. Oh, I think that's nipped that a bit too much. Let's back it off a little. Cool. Ah, there we go. Whether this will work, I do not know. Right, that's running straight through. Right, that is actually holding petrol. And there it goes. Right, let's think. I reckon we can adjust this. Tighten these down just a little. Right, I think now we've got some wet in there. This tap. Cool. That's gone a tiny bit too much, guys. I think we aren't far out. Guys and guidettes. Cool. Cool. Maybe I don't need 2 in there. Maybe one of each will do it. So let's put this side together with 1. This is just trial and error, guys, as to see whether these will go together. Whether you can repair these push-pull taps with just 1 fibre washer in each side, or do we need the pair? I have a sneaky feeling we are going to need 2 in there. But this tap is all wet inside, so we'll see if we've got away with it. Because I would have thought these are meant to nip pretty much right up. Right, that one's nipped up onto the metal. Come on. No, it needs two in there. We definitely need two of these in there. Yeah. I think you do adjust these little gland nuts. I think you do adjust these little gland nuts to seal the tap up. But it was never going to seal with that broken one in there. That was definitely never going to seal, so we knew they had to be done. Right, that's that side. Let's take this side back out. And drop the other fibre washer. There you go, there's one stuck on there, look. Drop the other one in. Putty back on. We could actually reuse this good original one. I shan't throw it away. Sure, they're going a little bit too tight. A little bit too tight this side. There we go. Our tap is now push-pull. That's still going to leak, you know. Yep, that's still going to leak. That is still leaking, guys. Right, that comes through the tap here and out of here. Which one's the important one? Let's put this original one back in. Wet him up a little. I might even be able to get these little washers. I don't know. I know you can buy the corks for the other one, but whether you can buy these little washers, what fit in these ones, I'm still getting air through it. I think we might have to abandon this at the minute. Yeah, still getting air. I think we do need the proper ones of these. But can you get these? Because this one is, like you can see, that is broken through. So yes, I shall have to have a look on the old interweb and see if you can get them. Alright, let me abandon this little lot for a minute. I'll put all them in the tub and we'll see if we can get them new washers. I do need to fix a belt. My mate Jeffrey, he lent me a pump the other day to run on my engine, and while I was using it, the pin come out of his belt. So we have a lovely old flat belt here with no pin. And the pin he had in there was basically a 4-inch nail. It was nothing more technical than a damn 4-inch nail. So we're going to try and find a pin that I can cut the length to put this belt back together So when I go to the rally tomorrow, or when you watch this, it'll be today, I'll already be there. We can then see, can't we? Alright, let me have a dig about. Right, what I found here is a piece of stainless steel rod. That's got to be better than a nail if it'll go through. Will this go through there? Oh, look at that. Look at that. There we go. We have a pin. Cool. That fits perfect. That fits perfectly through there. That is amazing. So there you go, Jeffrey. We have sorted out your belt. Let me mark that, and then I can get this cut off. Alright, there you go. If I cut that off, and then I can burr this end over, and that'll be the pin. There we go. That'll be the pin for your belt, Jeffrey. Alright, here we go. I have made a pin with a little L on, so if Jeff needs to split this, he can grab hold of it and pull it out, because I know on a couple of his pumps the belt actually has to be split to go around a pulley which is on a straight through shaft. So let's hope. I've made this long enough. I have indeed. There it is, going all the way through. There we go. So we now have a pin in our belt, so that can go back to Jeffrey tomorrow. I think what we're going to do is try this rain cap on the Fergie now. A nice simple little job, just putting the rain cap on the Fergus. Right guys, we are outside with our rain cap. Whoops. Let's see if we can get it on the top of this exhaust. Ah, that should go on there a treat. Right, grab the spanners and get round here. Oh yes, that fits. Right, let's get the rain cap on there. That's taking some clamping on. Sure. Come on, get on there, spanner. There we go. I'll tell you, I love Chinese crap that don't quite fit. Would you believe this? This is meant to nip up, and it don't. Oh no, she's on, she's on. There we go guys, it is on there. Just. Ain't quite tight enough for my liking, guys. Ah, there we go. Oh, yes. There we go. Rain cap on the Fergie. I suppose you want to see it start and watch it bounce up and down, don't you? That means I'm going to have to go and get a key. Right. Let's fire the old girl up. See if she do anything. Alright, petrol's on. I assume there's petrol in it. We'll see. Watch the flap. Oh, dear. I'm guessing. I'll explain it. Let's put some petrol in. Alright. There we go. Oh, crikey. Oh, yes, I can see it. Yeah, let's just finish filling the bowl up. Right, take two. Guarantee you she'll go now. There we go. Ha! So, there we are, guys. We are all done for the day. The little flapper on the Fergie. Tried the little petrol tap fix, whatever you want to call it. Showed you some bits that we got. I have another bit being delivered to me at Woolpit tomorrow. Yes, it will be tomorrow, because I'm putting this up Friday night. So either Saturday or Sunday, somebody's bringing me something which is going to divide opinion. It's going to make a video where I'm not going to be able to please everybody. You never can anyhow, but there's a video I have to make, a decision I have to make, and that's not going to please everybody. You'll have to wait and see what that video is. But it's going to be very interesting, and I think you guys will like it. And yes, it's engine related. So yes, excellent stuff. Right, thank you very, very much for watching. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.